Hello you guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm excited to talk about what I'm going to talk about. I haven't really talked about this too much with many people, just those who are close to me know, but a lot of changes have happened since when this happened, not the same amount of friends, moving around, all of that good stuff. So I wanted to get into it a little bit today and talk about what it was like getting married at 18 years old and what came along with it, and down to the nitty-gritty with everything. So let's just hop right in. So I have my little notepad that I might be looking down at because I have some key things that I want to hit on here. So we both graduated high school the summer of 2016, and when we graduated, he was 18, I was 17, and we hadn't even really met yet. I think we briefly crossed paths at that point, but we didn't know each other at all. And then fast forward to the summer after graduation, we had the same friend group. We went to different high schools though, and we started being around each other more and hanging out more and built a really good friendship together. And then kind of one thing led to another. We liked each other, spent a lot of time together, like late night trips to Seattle where we'd be there all night and then just drive home, and I would go to work, he would sleep all day. So and then he was supposed to leave to basic training in the winter of 2016. So we were just kind of hanging out, building our friendship. And then it got pushed back a few months and then pushed back again. We decided to start dating. We didn't really know where things were going to lead. I feel like this is the typical military story. You date an army guy, you're gonna get married to him. But for us, we always said we weren't gonna be those people, of course. We said that we weren't gonna get married. I was just gonna move to wherever it was that he was stationed, and we'd figure it out from there. So that was the plan, because I wanted to live different places. I didn't want to be stuck in the same place forever. So we would talk every now and then when he was in basic. We would write letters as much as we could. It was always delayed though, so I just found myself writing what happened that day and then sending a bunch at once, and then he would get them all and then write back, and then by that point I'd send him a bunch more stuff. So he was talking to me one night on the phone and said that his friend was talking about it's worth it to get married, blah blah blah. So we had the idea in our mind, and then we were just kind of figuring out where it was going to take us, because originally he thought he was going to be stationed here in Washington for his first duty station, and then it quickly changed and they told him he was going to be stationed in Germany. So we had already talked about the idea of getting married, but we were kind of both I don't know. And then when they said he was moving to Germany, we kind of decided, okay, maybe this is what we should do. And we talked about it for a long time and thought about it for a long time. We both wanted to make sure that this wouldn't lead to nothing. So we wanted to make sure that if we were doing this, we were doing it for the right reasons. We were going to communicate and work through anything and everything that life throws our way together. And the biggest thing for us is communication. We never have not communicated well, I feel like, and I think that's huge in making a relationship work. But with it, we both just said, if we're gonna do this, we're not this is what we're doing. We're not gonna get a divorce. We're not gonna fight all the time. We're not gonna have toxic relationship. We're gonna work through what happens, and as long as you love me as much as I love you, vice versa, then I think it's the right thing. So we decided that's what we were gonna do. I bought a plane ticket to visit him on family weekend at Basic in Columbus, Georgia. So I didn't really know how to tell my family or even my friends at that matter. I wanted to talk to my family first, I lived with two of my friends, and they kind of knew what was going on. I talked to them about the idea of it and everything, and I mean, they were as supportive as they could be, and it was just like, it was weird, it was fast, but they're good people and they meant the best. They just wanted the best for me and didn't want to see me make a mistake, which I knew it wasn't, but I still wanted people's opinions because it was new to me. And then I didn't know how to tell my parents. So my family is very close, and I have an older brother, and I didn't know how to tell them, but I ended up talking to my dad about it, and he told me he got married really young to my mom, and although their like circumstances were different, when you know is pretty much what he said, and I really believe that. And he said if that's what's going to make me happy, he wouldn't do anything to stop me, and he would support me, even though he didn't want me to grow up that fast and get married that fast. But I was happy to hear that. You know, my mom was kind of on edge because she didn't want me to get married so young either. Same with my brother. But that weekend, it was May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I flew to Columbus, Georgia, got there like early afternoon, met up with Zach, and then we went to the courthouse and just got married really quick, signed some papers. It's actually a lot easier than you think, which I was surprised by. I thought it was going to be this, that, and a bunch of other stuff, but it was like that. Like, we paid $5, paid another $5 for a copy of the marriage certificate. We sat down, answered questions about ourselves and our family, and then signed some papers, and then we did the like appointed vows, and then kissed, and we were married. So yeah, it was pretty easy. That was on May 5th, 2017. So at that point we had been dating for, let me see here, 8 months. So that happened. I knew it was right for me because of the conversations that we had, though. I knew it was going to be something that, obviously it's not easy, but we are both very easy people to like get along with and very easy to live with, and I don't know, we have like the same sense of humor, and we're very alike but very different. We really like to have our own space a lot of the time, which I feel like is very healthy in a relationship too. You don't always want to be like smothering each other, but yeah, we just get along really well. We know when we need our own space. We literally have a room we share and 2 separate rooms, not with like beds or anything, but like a room where we can do our own thing. And yeah, so afterwards, after we got married, we spent that weekend together, and then I flew back home to Washington, and I was honestly like, I felt very weird. Like, I was very happy, but I felt weird like going around my family with like a ring on. I don't know, it was weird, but I just felt like they all thought I was like dumb for doing it so young, and my family like barely even knew Zach when we got married. Now they love him and everyone's closer than ever, but I can see why it was kind of like skeptical and thought I was just trying to like grow up too fast and stuff. But I don't know, I was just scared to go around my family, and I thought it was gonna be awkward and like weird questions and stuff, but everyone was super supportive. Nobody tried to stop me or tell me bad things, really. My family's very joking, so that was probably the only thing, just joking around with me, but everyone is super supportive, and I'm so thankful for my entire family for always supporting me and what I choose to do and how I choose to create my life. So I'm very thankful for all of you. Friends, on the other hand, one thing about when you decide to go forward with your life, and you almost like expect these people that you're with at that time to move forward with you, but everyone's timeline is different. After I got married, I did have some of the same friends, but after like moving, because he didn't end up going to Germany, we ended up going to New York, up at Fort Drum. I after moving away, I realized like the people that actually wanted to stay in my life and those that didn't. I understand everyone's busy. Some were at college, some were doing their own thing, working, whatever. But it was very evident who wanted to stick around and who didn't. And I'm very thankful for those who did, and still thankful that I had those relationships with those who didn't. But it was really hard, and I felt like when I first got married, a lot of people would like reach out to me and stuff, but I think that's just because like rumors were going around that I was getting married and that I got married. And then once it kind of died down, it was just, that was that. But I did have a few friends that kept in touch the whole time, would check up on me every now and then, or even come see me, which I'm very thankful for, because there was times where it was really lonely and hard. Eventually I even made friends there, which you know who you are. But yeah, and then it came to the point where Zach deployed and he was gone for 9 months. And I had my friend group there at Fort Drum, and then I also had my friend who would fly and come see me, and we'd go on adventures and stuff, things that we've never seen before, do things we've never done before. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, friends is probably the biggest change with that. I feel like just some people don't understand, like when you're married, you put your spouse first, no matter if you've been friends with somebody since birth, I don't know, but your spouse is your forever, and then friendships can always change, and obviously that shows over time. But I don't know, you put your spouse first. You do anything for them because they're your forever, and they're like, I don't want to jeopardize that at all, and I know he doesn't want to either. So we always put each other first. We put each other's feelings first. It's not like we're like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that because I don't like it. It's like we have a conversation if one person's uncomfortable about something that the other person's doing, and I feel like that's really healthy. And we come to terms with certain things. It's like, you know, I don't really understand your point of view. Well, here's mine, back and forth until we can figure something out. We rarely ever have to have conversations like that though. But I feel like a lot of people don't understand that until they are in that situation. I wanted to give advice to anybody young who's in a relationship or in a similar situation. I know it is hard. I feel like nowadays it's not really that weird for people to get married young. I've seen a lot of people my age get married around the same time as me. I've seen a few get divorced by now. I mean, it's completely normal. Everybody's life is different. Everybody has to go through different things to figure out where they're going to be. But if you are in the same boat or a similar boat, just know you're not alone. And time heals everything. So even if somebody isn't happy with your choice to create your family, your little family and your little future, just know that eventually they'll see that it's right for you. And I mean, hey, if you're 18, really want to do it, I say go for it, because if you know, you know. And just make sure you're both in it for the right reasons though, because I see a lot of people, especially military community, they're in it for the wrong reasons. When they first get married, they're like, oh, you know what, I'm in this moment, let's get married, let's move in together. You know, the military makes it so easy for somebody to get married and start that life, but a lot of people aren't in it for the right reasons or aren't ready to be married. So yeah, but as long as you know and your person feels like you're forever, then I say go for it. Don't be afraid. If you ever need somebody to talk to about it, you can always reach out to me. I'll reply, because I know how it feels to almost be like alone in things. Like I was the only one in my friend group doing this. I felt kind of alone because nobody knew exactly how I was feeling, and that does feel lonely. So I'm always here, but do your thing. If it's right, it's right. You do you. On that note, I wanted to end this video off with where we are today. We have been married. We're coming up on 4 years of marriage and 5 years of being together. That's what 2021 marks for us. We love having our anniversary on Cinco de Mayo because we know we'll always have people to celebrate with. Yeah, we have moved, oh my gosh, how many times have we moved? We moved from Washington to New York, and then New York back to Washington into, it was like half his parents' house, half my mom's house. And then we moved into an apartment, and then we moved to where we are now. And then we'll be moving again next year. Lord, I'm sick of moving. So that's where we are. We are happy still. We communicate really well still. We have kind of found ourselves, like, a little bit more, especially me. Like, I don't know, I'm more myself now. I know what I like to do, and he supports me in every single thing I do, even if it's talking to myself in front of a camera. He supports me, and I appreciate that. But yeah, we are just living life, excited for our future. We always talk about what like our future kids will do, our future dogs, our current dog, the houses we want to buy, stuff like that. And it's fun to have somebody that you know is going to be there forever with you to create this dream life with and turn it into a reality. So yeah, we're doing great. And like I said, if you're in the same boat, just know things get better. If you're struggling right now, if you feel alone right now, you have that person, your person, and you have me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know I ramble, but I just want to share my experience with all of you. I know that young couples oftentimes get a oh my god, bags. I cannot talk. I know oftentimes young couples get a bad stigma, but that you can always break that, you know, just prove people to, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, actually. Show people that, you know what, 5 years down the line, here we are doing better than ever. Yeah, we are both 22 right now. We're turning 23 this year. So I'm happy that I get to spend these years with him to grow with each other and get closer and closer, and we have forever to go, and it's fun. And we always talk about how crazy it is that by the time I'm 28 and he's 29, we'll be married for 10 years. Isn't that crazy? Like, some people aren't even married at that age, which power to you, but I think it's insane that we'll be married for 10 years at that point, and we're almost halfway there. Jeez. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.